So hi, everyone who just came in again. My name's Ashley. I'm one of the teachers who works with the OYAP team in the TDSB, um, along with Matt, who just shared a bit about the programs. So I'm here with Ted, who's one of our from one of our training delivery agents, and he will share a bit about the specifics for the carpentry program. Um, and I will turn it over to Ted now. So thank you so much for joining us, Ted.
I'm pretty sure I got my mic unmuted at this point. So, hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. So, I'm a coordinator at the Carpenters College, the College of Carpenters and Allied Trades. We are the school that delivers one of our primary functions is we deliver the school portion of the carpentry apprenticeship. We also obviously host OYAP students. The apprenticeship program is in school is a three-part program. It's a 4-year apprenticeship. And so we start off with basic, we do intermediate and advanced. When the OYAP students come through and do our full OYAP program, we deliver to those students the basic uh, apprenticeship course, the basics of general carpentry. I believe it's a 2-month course. As I understand it, you get credits towards your high school graduation. Um, Although I'm sure Matt discussed that with you in much greater detail. He's obviously more familiar with that than I am. So the course that we offer is a full construction carpentry course. So our school and our union are very much focused on the aspects of carpentry that relate to construction. Um, in the basic program, we do teach the use of hand tools, sharpening tools. There are a lot of very basic skills that we offer that are extremely important in carpentry. Um, and can in fact be used for the things that a lot of people are really interested in, which is very often making furniture and beautiful traditional woodworking types of things. And while we encourage that sort of thing, um, the school itself is very much geared towards construction. So we are going to be teaching at the school concrete formwork, which is how you build giant concrete buildings, whether they're schools or hospitals or shopping malls or high-rise buildings, subways, hydroelectric dams. Trying to think of all the other things that we make, all kinds of stuff, all kinds of infrastructure. Um, that's one of the things that we end up focusing on quite a bit because it's quite a large part of what work is actually available. We also offer scaffolding. And you might not think that scaffolding is something that fits in with carpentry very well, but the basic skills of carpentry, which are measuring and assembling things and being able to picture how things should be assembled, are among the skills that are both applicable to carpenters and applicable to things like scaffolding. Um, Through our union, we do interior systems, which is inside of classrooms, inside of offices, inside of schools. We build the inside of hospitals a lot of times. We also have flooring courses. So that's kind of like a sister union to us, but it's offered, those courses are offered through our school. And so our flooring courses are all the types of floors that you will walk on in virtually any building that you've ever been in, from hardwood floor to in hospitals and schools, what we call resilient floor or composite vinyl tile. There's all kinds of flooring systems that we install. And so basically any floor that you might walk on, we teach you how to install them. And that is one of the types of jobs that sometimes people don't think about, but it's a very good career to get into. There's a lot of need for that type of work, and they create really good paying jobs throughout your career. Um, the same is obviously true of construction. The construction industry in Toronto is very busy. It is obviously cyclical. Right now, it's not extremely busy because of, economic forces at play. But many of the projects that have been simmering are going to be getting underway now, like the subway, the new Ontario line. And there's a large hospital in Mississauga that's getting underway. And there's a bunch of projects that are going to start taking off in the very near future. So the cycle of demand for people in construction and carpentry in particular is, very much going to be on the rise in the next year or so. Our apprenticeship course is a little different than the average college or university course in that, for the most part, you are getting paid to learn. The way the apprenticeship works is that you will spend 2 months of the year in school learning some of the skills necessary for the trade. And then you spend in a perfect world, you spend the other 10 months out in the field, working in whatever whatever job you want or can get. Um, and you're getting paid. To begin with, you'll be getting paid as a first year apprentice. Our first year rate is around $25 an hour. It's a little bit more than that, depending on the jurisdiction that you'd be working in. Um, and then after you've accumulated enough hours, you become eligible to take the next level. And so you would then take intermediate, and you would come out and you would work at the next level. And each time you move up in years, you get a raise. And then once you've completed the apprenticeship, journeyman rate right now is over $50 an hour and plus benefits. Um, I think that's basically it in a nutshell. The OYAP program offers people an opportunity, offers students an opportunity to actually get work and join the union. And those opportunities are actually really available to the students that excel in the courses that we offer at school, right? So there is some competition for the work, and not everybody is guaranteed a position. But the students that do very well in our course, that's kind of the reward. That's the pass or fail, is that you end up um, getting offered a position with a company in the field, getting paid as part of your apprenticeship. That is it. That is fundamentally the program that we offer through the College of Carpenters and Allied Trades. So I'm not sure what to proceed with
Yeah,
here.
that's amazing. Thank you, Ted. That's really, I think, a good distinction for the students to understand, right? That the work the union's doing is different than maybe what they have pictured. My colleague Christine is also here, and she was a teacher last year who supported our students who were at the union. So I think if Christine wants to share maybe a little bit of her perspective from the teacher side. I don't see her on my screen, but I did see her name. So I think she's here
I'm
somewhere.
on page
She's
one.
okay.
Yeah.
There. Oh, you're not on my
All
page
right.
one, but
Hi,
I
Ted.
hear you
Nice to
now.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, students. This is a very intensive course. I have to tell you, you will be getting a textbook that is heavier than any textbook you have ever carried before. um, it's excellent. Okay, the instructors at the College of Carpenters and Allied Trades are excellent. I learned so much, and I wasn't even doing half the work. So it's a course like homework, tests, practicals where you're building things in the shops. Ted, if you already mentioned all this, I apologize because I'm actually supervising another session here, but there is no tolerance for lates or absences because the curriculum that needs to be taught to earn your level 1 is intense, and they start right away at 7:50, 7:45. You will be given a locker. Come early, socialize with your peers, and be ready to learn when class starts. It's a lot of fun. We provide the tools, we provide the safety boots, the hats. It's great. Okay, the cohorts last year, they were just great group of students that really came together. And the only challenge that we have is the math, right? And so we're doing some work to support students that are maybe struggle a bit. But if you, and you know what, CCAT gives after hours tutoring. Okay, so they have a day once a week and you can stay after class and get some tutoring. It's a fabulous program to get involved with, and do your research if you do prefer home renovations and you know, framing. Well, they teach you framing houses in level 3, right? Is it level 3 or you're at level 2? But do your research on what unionized carpenters do versus non-unionized carpenters. A lot of our students that graduated found employment in the non-unionized world until jobs opened up. But it's a great way to get a head start in this trade. And if you do the work and if you show up and you have a positive attitude and you're working with everybody, you're going to learn a ton. You're going to be so far ahead of the game, because I have students that are 18, 19 years old making money, like doing this trade. So and so the flooring program, if you're here wondering about flooring is an excellent trade. Also, there's 5 spots available for that. And like for TDSB, what do you have, Ted? A total of 10 for all school boards?
I'm not 100% sure of that, but I think that is just about correct.
Yeah.
The flooring industry is smaller than the general carpentry, but yeah, there's lots of opportunities with flooring, and I appreciate the things that you're saying about the school. This is the first time I'm doing this, so I was just trying to give a kind of overview of what the school offers. But you are correct. Our basic course, it's what we I took the basic course when I was 40 years old, and it was hard for me. And I had 20 years of experience in the industry working non-union. So you are correct. It is an intense and difficult course. This is certainly not a bird course. You don't take this because you think it's easy. It's not. But like you said, when you leave our course, you will acquire considerable skill. This course is geared towards adults. It's geared towards men and women working in the construction trade, doing, large commercial jobs. You can obviously also get into smaller home renovation jobs, and they are fantastic doing that type of work. I did that from when I was about 23 right up until I was almost 40. And it's terrific work. It really is. But our course is very much designed towards the much heavier civil, commercial, industrial type of construction, carpentry construction. And so, yes, it is very intense. And yes, we do expect you to show up on time every day with a good attitude. The math is, I don't like to intimidate people with the math. Yeah, there is math in construction. In carpentry, we work in numbers a lot, but it's very practical math. In its foundation, it's really all addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. There's percents, there's ratios. And if you know those things, you know the math for carpentry. And so, yeah, the nice thing is that it's not crazy higher math. Everything makes sense. Everything is measurable. You can see all of the numbers that you're working with in actual products in the world. Yeah, but I appreciate your enjoying our courses. We work really hard to make sure that they are both enjoyable, but also very practical, very applicable to our industry. So when you leave our course on your first day at work, you're useful. You know what you're doing. You're not, you're not a deer in the headlights. You're actually going to be ready to go.
And if you are concerned about your math capabilities, I found the flooring course to be the geometry, right? There's very little, I mean, yes, you know your perimeter in your area, but when I looked at the textbook for general carpentry, there is also another smaller geometry textbook. So if you are concerned about your math capabilities, maybe look into what a floor covering installer does on the daily basis in terms of the math that's used versus a general carpenter. General carpenter, it is more intricate when you're building, but when you're laying flooring, it's I don't use the word simple, but it's a little bit more cut and dry, right?
Yeah,
Would you
flooring
say the
is
same thing, Ted?
yeah, flooring is two-dimensional. And so yeah, the math tends to be a little less daunting, I suppose. Um, with carpentry math, the main thing you're really concerned with is going to be rafter math and stair math. And both of them are, there's a lot to know in rafter math and stair math, but in the foundation of all of it, it's addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. And, grade 12 students know the Pythagorean theorem, right? A squared plus B squared equals C squared. That's how you do stairs. They're triangles. They're right angle triangles. That's how you do roofs. They're right angle triangles. So, 95% of the math in carpentry is not, we're not talking about quadratic equations and trigonometry and we're talking about things that are practical, that make sense, that are measurable. For me anyway, we're always pretty easy to understand. I don't know that that's going to be the case for everybody at first, but once you get into it, you'll see it. It's stuff that you can measure and see and cut and assemble, and so that part is hopefully not going to put people off too much. If you're a hands-on person, and you know what, if you're good at sports, quite frankly, you'll be good at construction because we always work in teams. We always work in pairs. If you go to a job site on your first day, you will be paired up with a journey person, somebody with many, many years of experience, and that person will take you under wing and show you how to do the job, and you will be working on a larger crew, and it's very much a team environment, and everybody is moving towards the same goal, which is building the building. And yeah, so people that are hands-on and people that are good at sports and like